We have created the People's Fund of Maui that will put money directly in the hands of the people who need it right now.
The irony of a billionaire whose mansion did not get touched. You send them money. You and all your rich friends. How about Hollywood all donates?
All right, so Oprah Winfrey and Dwayne Johnson, you know, the guy that plays the same character in every movie, decided to take it upon themselves to ask you for your money.
Our beloved actor, The Rock, might have found himself in a bit of a pickle recently when he unexpectedly got involved in some drama. And his co-star in this unexpected plot twist? None other than the queen of talk shows herself, Oprah Winfrey. Get ready for some exciting news because this story is heating up. We all know The Rock for his incredible muscles and action-packed movies. But now, he's unintentionally become the center of attention in a scandal that's even hotter than a volcanic eruption in Maui. Apparently, he and Oprah are somehow mixed up in some eyebrow-raising and mysterious dealings related to a fire in the beautiful paradise of Maui. Who could have seen this coming, right? So what's the whole story? Well, keep watching this video until the end because what you're about to hear is absolutely mind-blowing and unlike anything you've heard before. In the past few hours, the internet has been buzzing with a video that has left many people utterly astonished. The esteemed Oprah Winfrey and the beloved Dwayne Johnson, also known as The Rock, have stolen the spotlight with their latest venture, causing quite a stir in the online world. A video has emerged featuring Oprah and Dwayne, in which they discuss their grandiose plans for what they boldly refer to as the People's Fund of Maui.
We have created the People's Fund of Maui that will put money directly in the hands of the people who need it right now.
Now, before we dig into the fascinating details of this eyebrow-raising event, let's pause for a moment to appreciate just how bold this move was. Imagine this, a billionaire and a multimillionaire, namely Oprah and Dwayne, sincerely urging regular folks who are having a hard time making ends meet to reach deep into their pockets and contribute. It's like asking a fish to buy water. A truly surprising request. The reaction to this video has been absolutely remarkable. Fans and critics alike were left in a state of shock. And who can blame them? It's not something you see every day. Two individuals with enormous wealth and fame reaching out to regular folks for financial help? Some might compare it to asking a bird for flying lessons. On social media, people quickly pointed out the stark difference between the lavish lifestyles of these celebrities and the financial struggles that everyday people face. Quite an eye-opener, isn't it?
Oprah, you are a billionaire, and The Rock is a multi-millionaire, and you got your hand out asking us for money?
It seems like a lot of people are scratching their heads over why Oprah and Dwayne, who have a ton of money, are asking their followers, many of whom are struggling financially, to donate to their People's Fund. Now, having a People's Fund is a good idea, but the way they're going about it doesn't look great. Oprah and Dwayne are super rich and influential, but now they seem out of touch with how tough it is for most people these days. Asking their followers, who are just trying to make ends meet, to chip in for their cause, doesn't sit well with many folks. But there's more to this story. Some say Oprah isn't helping fire victims just because she's kind-hearted. There are rumors that she's got her own reasons. One TikTok user made fun of this idea. They first talked about how bad the wildfire situation is in Maui and Hawaii, with lots of damage. Then, they suggested that Oprah is helping out not just to be nice, but because she's looking out for herself.
You asking for relief aid to those poor people in Maui that lost everything. Ain't them your neighbors?
Just to give you some background, some people are saying that Oprah knew about the recent wildfire before it happened and might have had something to do with it. There's been talk online about whether her big piece of land on Maui got damaged by the fire. Oprah has bought a lot of land on Maui over the years and has spent time there. Let's talk about her different properties on the island. One of them is a large piece of land on the side of a volcano called Haleakala. This volcano doesn't erupt anymore, so it's safe. Her land is up high, about 4,000 feet above the ground. Oprah also has a private ranch, which is like a farm with animals and plants. Besides that, she owns a lot of land used for farming in different places like Kula and the slopes of Haleakala, Makawao, and Kaneohe. According to a news source called Maui Now, Oprah bought another piece of land for a whopping $6.6 million in February this year. This new land is next to her other properties in Kula and Hana. And guess what? Her land didn't get affected by the fires at all. But that's not the end of it. Reporters are linking the recent fire to one that occurred back in 2017. They're saying this might not just be a random coincidence. Let me jog your memory. In 2017, there was a massive and dangerous fire that destroyed houses near Oprah's fancy mansion in Montecito. But here's the twist. Her special property somehow remained untouched by the fire. What's even more intriguing is that after the 2017 fire, Oprah seemed to have become quite the expert in buying land. She started acquiring a lot more land around Montecito, expanding her property to over 70 acres. Fans have been quietly discussing how strange it is that her land was unharmed during that 2017 fire. It's as if everything happened in a way that was incredibly convenient for her. Now, with Oprah and Dwayne joining forces to create a video urging people to donate, it hasn't been well received by many. While it's positive that influential figures like them take the time to encourage everyone to contribute, it doesn't change the fact that neither of their properties was affected by the fire. Some see this situation as if the fire discriminates, sparing the rich from its effects. Some people have even brought up the idea that Oprah's actions could be an effort to redirect attention away from her property that was miraculously untouched. They suggest that by making a short appearance and ensuring she's filmed, she might be trying to create the impression of empathy while still looking out for her own interests. Some fans have even started to raise questions about Oprah's recent land purchases, and there are whispers and hints that suggest there might be more going on than what meets the eye. These internet detectives are pointing fingers at billionaires like Oprah, spinning a story that hints at a complicated plan to acquire valuable land in Maui, possibly at the expense of indigenous communities. At the center of this conspiracy theory is Oprah's reported purchase of a massive 2,000-acre piece of land on the island in March 2023. Adding to the intrigue, Ulapalakua Ranch made headlines when it sold two sizable properties to Oprah's Los Angeles-based company, Harpo Inc. These transactions raised eyebrows because one property covered about 520 acres and had a price tag of $3.89 million, while the other was roughly 330 acres and cost $2.47 million. As interesting as this theory may seem, it's important to approach it with a critical and questioning mindset.
All of a sudden, out of nowhere, like fire comes across, destroys many homes near where she bought, and her places and her acres remain absolutely untouched. Guys, does this sound familiar?
Oprah has had a part-time home in Maui for over 15 years, and her collection of properties on the island is quite remarkable. She owns a staggering 870 acres of land in Kula, which is nestled in central Maui, between the regions that are prone to wildfires like South Maui and Upcountry. But her property holdings go even further. Besides her Kula properties, Oprah has an additional 1,200 acres spread across various Maui locations, including Hana and the vicinity of Mount Haleakala. Importantly, these areas remain far from the ongoing fires, suggesting a strategic diversification of her property. Now let's talk about Dwayne's connections in Hollywood. The actor has long been rumored to have ties with Hollywood elites, and some have even accused him of promoting their questionable agendas in the past. In 2020, there was news suggesting that The Rock had thrown his support behind Joe Biden, which left some people deeply dissatisfied. What followed was a sensational day-long Twitter rant that could rival the most dramatic soap opera plots. As the sun rose, the person behind these tweets unleashed a barrage of messages that sounded like something out of a conspiracy theorist's wildest imagination. They didn't just accuse The Rock of supporting Joe Biden. It went much deeper. In a series of jaw-dropping claims, they insinuated that Johnson was in cahoots with some of the shadiest figures in Hollywood, the kind that would even make the most scandal-hungry gossip columnist raise an eyebrow. Perhaps the most explosive accusation was that The Rock was somehow connected to individuals involved in unspeakable crimes against children. But the allegations didn't stop there. They boldly declared that Johnson had made a pact with the devil, painting a picture of a Faustian deal that could rival any dark and dramatic tale. As the dust settles in the aftermath of the Maui fire, dedicated followers are raising questions and expressing their concerns about the controversial actions of both Oprah and Dwayne. One fan remarked, "You've got to be kidding. You're worth $2 billion. Why don't you give back to your community? Funny how your house didn't burn down." Another person commented, "Oprah Winfrey is worth $2.5 billion, and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is worth $800 million. Yet these two have the audacity to ask everyday citizens to donate to their fundraisers to help the people of Maui, when we know those people would probably never see that money." But we'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Feel free to share your comments below. And while we wait for more updates, be sure to watch our next video where we reveal even more shocking details.